Former F1 driver Jolyon Palmer has questioned if Valtteri Bottas' final performance for Mercedes during the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix contributed to Lewis Hamilton losing out on the world title on Sunday. Hamilton and Verstappen were locked in a winner-takes-all duel at Yas Marina as the championship went down to the wire, and it ended up being decided by the smallest of margins. Verstappen stormed to pole position thanks to a bold strategy call by Red Bull, who used his teammate, Sergio Perez, to their advantage in Abu Dhabi. Thanks to the tow from the Mexican, Verstappen was almost 4/10 quicker than Hamilton's fastest time, handing the first advantage to the Dutchman. Hamilton managed to leapfrog his main title rival off the line in the desert and commanded much of the race, before a controversial end that saw Verstappen, on fresher tyres thanks to a safety car period, finish on top after he lunged past the 7-time world champion in a last-lap dash to the finish line. But it was Perez who played the better wingman after being told by Red Bull to hold up Hamilton as much as he could to allow Verstappen, who had just swept past Ferrari's Carlos Sainz for third, to close the gap and take the fight to the Mercedes driver on lap 21. Perez played the ultimate team game as he managed to hold off the 7-time world champion, cutting the gap at the front significantly and handing a huge advantage to Verstappen. Meanwhile, Bottas found himself stuck in the midfield after a disastrous start that saw him drop from 6th to 8th and left Hamilton a sitting duck as the two Red Bulls pounced. Speaking on the BBC's Checkered Flag podcast, Palmer questioned what impact that had on the outcome, as Verstappen crossed the line champion. Bottas had a shocker, said Palmer of the man who finished 6th in Abu Dhabi, behind both AlphaTauri cars. Now, did that cost Hamilton the title? If Bottas is within a pit stop window of Verstappen, Verstappen is not having free stops willy-nilly. A great driver for the team for so many years, his last race he went missing and it meant Verstappen had a free stop at the virtual safety car, free stop at the safety car. If you've got another Mercedes there within 23 seconds of him, in a car that's quicker with Lewis Hamilton at the wheel, he can't do it and Hamilton is the champion. Bottas has been solid but when it counted, he couldn't help his teammate, and Perez did everything he possibly could, and he was in contention to do so. Discussions have been ongoing about how the end of the race played out after a controversial safety car period with 5 laps remaining. Hamilton had pulled out a 10-second lead over Verstappen before Nicholas Latifi's Williams hit the wall. Initially, teams were told no one would be able to unlap themselves before race director Michael Masi changed his mind and allowed the 5 cars that were between Hamilton and Verstappen to clear the way for the title battle to resume. But with just 1 lap remaining and Verstappen on significantly fresher tyres, Hamilton was no match for the Red Bull driver who closed in on the 36-year-old and took the lead of the race. Mercedes lodged 2 protests that were dismissed by the FIA, and have until Thursday to decide if they are to take further action.